For all the latest Star Wars news and updates, visit hybridnetworkyt.com. What's up guys, CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new Star Wars video. And in the wake of some new reports, let's talk about a showdown we've been headed for since the credits rolled on The Force Awakens, but it looks like we might be seeing in The Last Jedi, Luke versus Snoke. In one corner, we have Supreme Leader Snoke, the mysterious and shadowy puppet master behind the First Order, either a Force-sensitive himself or someone that knows a lot about them, enough to train and apprentice Kylo Ren at least. And in this corner, Luke Skywalker, an extremely powerful Jedi Master himself, strong enough to defeat his father, Darth Vader, who was one of the strongest Force users to ever live. While all signs seem to point to these two titans facing off at some point in this new trilogy, new reports seem to indicate it'll either happen or at the very least be set up in this movie, The Last Jedi. This was actually backed up by the rumored, slightly doubtful plot leak we discussed last week, in which Luke actually brought Kylo back to the light side before the film ended on a cliffhanger with him squaring off face-to-face with the big man himself on Snoke's personal Star Destroyer. Whether or not that plot leak was legit, another report from MakingStarWars.net from last month suggested that by or towards the end of the film, while Rey will be taking on Kylo in an Episode 7 rematch, Luke was headed to handle the First Order's big bad himself. How would this fight even go? Well, we don't know much about Snoke, say if he was once a Jedi and still has a lightsaber. We've never seen him in action, so we don't know what kind of power he wields, but as I mentioned above, he at least seems to know enough about the Force to train an apprentice. What we do know, thanks to reports, is that Luke Skywalker has grown incredibly powerful since the end of Return of the Jedi. I might end up doing a separate video on this if you guys would like to see it, but it seems like Luke might almost be as OP as he is in the Legends canon. That statement's based on a sequence in the film we've heard a lot about, a showdown on Ahch-To. It seems like Kylo and the Knights of Ren somehow track the Last Jedi down, and while Kylo faces off with Rey, Luke apparently takes care of the other 7 Knights with ease. But who would win? Well, it's kind of hard to say, especially because we really don't know how powerful Snoke is, because we really haven't seen him in action at all in this new trilogy. Hopefully that changes in The Last Jedi, though. But despite Luke's great power, the odds might actually be stacked against him, and I say that because it'll be really interesting to watch whether the old master gives into his anger, especially considering just how much Snoke's taken from him. Let me know what you think about this clash that seems to be headed straight for us, and who you think would win in that inevitable showdown. But that's going to do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, and subscribe for more great content every single day. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.